Welcome back. This next play is going to have a very different feel, different time, different place. It's an old Russian folk tale from a few hundred years ago. We don't really know. So we invite you to enjoy Babushka's Basket.
Babushka. Oh, Babushka.
Oh, go away. Can't you let a tired old woman get some sleep?
Oh, Babushka!
Oh, whatever it is that you want, can't it wait? Come back again in the morning. What's so important anyway?
The king wants to see you.
King? The Tsar wants to see me, old Babushka?
Not the Tsar, Babushka. The king.
He wants to see me now? After all these years?
He sent me to fetch you. It's time the two of you met.
What's he like?
See for yourself.
Surely he's not a baby anymore, not after all this time.
He's in his prime.
Will it take long to get there?
No, we can leave as soon as you're ready.
Oh, well, I'll just straighten up a bit.
You don't have to do that.
Oh, I have never once left an untidy house, and I am not about to start now, king or no king.
Your home is clean, Babushka.
Clean? Why, I haven't swept or dusted since last night. Who knows what has managed to come in here since then? It could be blowing in the windows, crawling under the door. That's why I'll take care of a few things, and then we'll go. He's waited this long. He can wait a few moments more.
As you wish.
Oh, I don't mean to seem ungrateful, but old habits die hard. I can't count the number of brooms I've worn out sweeping this dirty floor.
One quilt to keep me warm in my old age. That's all he's left me.
Who's that?
Why, it's me, Nadja, years and years ago.
And a broom. A quilt and a broom. That's it. And Vani took the rest. Some husband he turned out to be. Too bad I'm not a witch like Baba Yaga. Then I'd fly around until I found him, and I'd make his life as miserable as he's made mine.
This mess took years to scrub clean, but a ghost of the stain still comes back to haunt me.
Maybe you can learn to live with them.
Oh, how could I go before the king carrying so much unpleasantness inside of me?
You might not mind.
Well, I do. We best sit down. This memory goes deep, almost all the way to the beginning.
I'll prove him wrong. I'm a good wife. When he comes back, crawling on his hands and knees, he'll see how clean I've kept this house.
Nadja! Oh, there's some kind of a king coming up the road to our village. Come and see.
This is how it all began.
A good a place to start as any.
Anya, oh, did you wipe your feet? Goodness knows what you've been stepping in.
And he is riding the most beautiful horse I've seen in my life.
A horse? Is he a Cossack? Oh, they'll turn the whole village upside down with their drinking and their dancing.
No, this is no Cossack. It's a foreigner. A merchant, maybe, by the looks of him. Or a magician.
What an imagination you have. A magician. Here.
See for yourself.
Anya, you're a good neighbor. You're one of the best potato peelers and cabbage choppers I've ever seen.
Oh, thank you, Nadia.
But you live with your head in the clouds. Look, it's not too late for you, but men want hardworking, practical women to keep house, not dreamers.
I'm not making this up. There really is a stranger coming up the road, and he looks very rich, too. But there's something else about him.
Maybe he'll sweep you off your feet and take you to his enchanted castle. Wake up, Anya. Men like that never bring good news. They'll turn your whole world upside down just like any Cossack.
So, should I send him away? He's going to be knocking on your door any moment.
Why would a king come to my little cottage?
Oh, I invited him.
You what?
Well, he asked me if I knew of a nice place where he could rest a while before continuing on his journey.
So you told this king, this magician, to come here?
I don't know why I did it, but he looked at me in such a strange, searching way. A king or a rich man or a scholar, whatever he is, he's the most important person I've ever met. And he looked right at me. Me, a simple peasant woman, a nobody. Nadia, those eyes.
Giving you the evil eye, no doubt.
No, it wasn't like that. I felt with one glance, he knew me completely. Nadia, you can't keep any secrets from a man like this, but I'm sure he's trustworthy. He means well.
A mind reader? That can't be good news. And you gave him directions to my cottage?
Well, I don't know. I looked into those eyes and they were so peaceful, so gentle, and I just blurted out your name. I can't explain it, Nadia, but I think he has something you need.
Oh, I don't need anything from a traveling salesman who winks at peasants and sets their hearts aflutter. I don't need him or any man.
So, what should I do?
Oh, you've done enough already. When he comes to the door, I'll simply tell him to go away and leave me alone. I have no need for a sorcerer.
Peace to this house and all who dwell here.
That's him, the magician.
I can see that.
Will you send him away?
No. I'll show him hospitality in that way. If he should come across my husband on his travels, he'll give a good report. Come in, stranger. Welcome to my home.
A moment's respite is all I ask. I journeyed far.
Please, come sit down while I fix some tea. The samovar is already hot, and the tea will relax and refresh you.
Thank you. You are very kind.
Anya. Anya.
Oh, what, Nadia?
See to the gentleman's horse, will you?
Oh, I'd be honored. Take care of the horse. What should I do with it?
If you could feed him some oats and give him some fresh water, I'd be in your debt.
Oats and water. Oats and water. I can do that.
Anya? Anya. Go now.
Oh,
Go.
yes, sorry. Oats and water. Oats and water.
I'm sorry for the mess. No matter how hard I scrub or what I do, I can't seem to keep this place clean.
Oh, and who knows what kind of exotic filth a dusty traveler may carry in.
Oh, it's not your fault.
It's everyone's fault.
We live in a dirty world. Who are you?
I mean you no harm.
What do you want?
Well, the same as you, Nadia.
How do you know my name?
Anya told me, of course.
Oh, right. Anya asked you to come here.
Why do you suppose she would do that?
She says you have something I need.
Well, she's almost right.
Almost?
Well, having knowledge of a thing is not the same as possessing it.
So you are a scholar,
You could say that,
but much more?
and much less.
Well, if you are so wise, tell me, what do I need?
The same as me. Bread to eat, air to breathe, a little compassion to make life worth living, and something else.
You're not going to tell me that's something else, are you?
You wouldn't believe me. But still, you long for it. Your heart aches to know the truth because you sense it could set you free. Let's just call it a treasure.
The treasure?
Something of such immense value that if you were to come into its presence, you would instantly give up everything you are, everything you possess, everything you hope for in this life to have a share in it.
You talk in riddles. Give up myself? No such treasure exists.
No, not yet. but soon.
Anya, did you wipe your feet?
Yes, Nadia.
And did you wash your hands?
Yes, Nadia. Oh, you sound like some old babushka the way you fuss over me.
I'm nobody's grandmother, and never will be. Stop flirting with my guest.
You mentioned tea?
Oh, how thoughtless of me. Yes, I'll get it right away.
Anya, wouldn't you rather serve the tea? I'd be ever so grateful.
Nadia, you sit. I can take care of it.
How did you do that?
Do what?
Convince Anya to go get the tea when all she can think about is drooling over you.
Well, Anya has the heart of a faithful servant. I appealed to her true nature, and it was her joy to respond.
So, you see into minds. You're a magician.
No, there's nothing magical about listening carefully to people and watching for signs.
What do you see in me?
Well, actually, I think Anya was right. You do have the heart of a babushka.
How dare you presume to know me? I can never be a babushka.
Forgive me, I've hurt you. That was not my intent.
What gives you the right to come into my home and say these things to me?
Well, I was invited, but it appears I am no longer welcome. I will leave you now.
And where will you go next? And why aren't you home with your family where you belong?
I have no one, and I'm on a quest.
To find this treasure?
Yes, that's right, and you could come with me.
Come with you? On your quest to find a pearl of great price or a gold chest buried in a field? I don't think so.
Not like that. I seek a child.
I have a child.
A very special, holy child.
Every child is holy and special when a mother holds him to her breast.
He is to be the King of Kings, the hope of the world.
My son gave my life meaning.
He will come to set us free and give us eternal life.
Since I lost my baby, I've been gripped by despair, a kind of living death.
And that is why you should come with me to meet the infant king, Nadia, to heal your broken heart, to learn to forgive and to live again.
Only a man could be such an optimist.
What's this?
That's none of your business.
Oh, I see. You already possess a treasure.
It's not for me. It was for my son.
The one who died.
Yes, the one who died. Must you say it like that?
I'm sorry for your loss.
All the while I was expecting, I made gifts to give my son one day, and I placed them in this basket. As he grew inside me, I longed for the day when I could shower him with presents. But instead, he was taken from me. Died of pneumonia, poor thing.
And your husband left you because of this?
Vani? He was young and tried to be a good husband, but, well, like you, he was on a quest of sorts to find himself. He left me and this village and moved to Moscow.
But the basket remains full of gifts that you can never part with.
It's all I have left of my son, and I'm never letting him go.
I am truly sorry, Nadia, for you and for this whole world. Goodbye.
Oh, where are you going?
I have far to travel before night falls.
To find this treasure, this holy child of yours?
It could be yours too if you would have faith and believe.
I had a child, and now he's gone. Goodbye, magician or scholar, whatever you are. Go in peace.
Thank you. And my horse thanks you, Nadia.
Oh, well, say thank you for me. I mean, you're welcome. Or he's welcome. Oh,
Here, this is for you. Take it and buy a new dress, and then go to the mayor's house. I understand the mayor's wife is looking for a new maidservant. Tell them that you previously served a foreign dignitary, and I'm sure they'll hire you immediately.
well, what if they think I'm lying?
Why would they think that? You are telling them the truth.
You mean you are? You really are? Oh my. Here, have some. A little more. Okay, that's it. That's good enough. I did it. I really did. I served tea to a...
Foreign dignitary.
And his horse.
Wait. Here, give this to the infant king.
What is it?
What's it look like?
Not sure.
Men, you're all so dense. It's a teething biscuit. But when his teeth start to come in, the king can gnaw on it to soothe his gums.
It's an interesting shape.
It's so he won't choke. He can only go in so far. I don't want his mother to ever see him struggling to breathe, even for a moment.
Thank you. I give you my solemn vow that I will find the infant king and give him your gift.
I know it's not much.
It's everything he could ask for. Now, may you be blessed from this time forth and forevermore. And may this treasure of yours increase beyond measure and become a blessing to many.
What do I do now?
Wait and listen. It will come to you. Oh, and Anya left a mess in the kitchen for you to clean up.
Oh, that girl, what has she done to my kitchen? Wait, you forgot your... Too late.
Oops. Nadia, better bring your broom.
Oh, Anya, shouldn't you be shopping for a new dress?
And that was that.
A new beginning.
Yes, another new beginning. But it's strange. Ever since that day, all I could think about were endings. The ending of my child's life and my life as a mother. The ending of my marriage when Vani left. All I could think about was what I had lost, that it was all over.
But now something was different.
Yes, it was the basket, don't you see? Once it was opened, I had no desire to close it. The traveler blessed it.
Did you ever see that foreign traveler again?
No, I didn't even know his name, but I thought about him often.
Why didn't you go looking for him?
Oh, I could never go chasing after a man. Too much pride. But I did travel. After Anya got the job with the mayor's wife, I had a prompting in my heart to go out and see the world. So I picked up my basket and I traveled from village to village. And the first thing I noticed was how many children there were in the world. And I just loved them, didn't I?
Did it break your heart to see them all happy and playing?
Oh no. On the contrary, I loved each and every one of them, and they loved me. I gave them treats from my basket, and whatever I pulled out, it just happened to be their favorite. It didn't take long to discover that the basket never became empty. The more I gave, the more I had to give. It was a miracle.
A gift from the King of Kings.
Yes, and that magician was right. I do have the heart of a babushka. And in a few years, I began to look like one. I became an old woman, the age that everyone's grandmother ought to be. But then, I never got any older. I could have been content to spend the rest of my life giving out treats to the children. But then something happened.
The infant king had a bigger plan for you.
Yes, I had been so selfish all those years, giving candy to children and receiving their love in return. It was time for me to dig deeper into my basket. But that's when all of the children began to look like you. Oh, well, not you exactly, like themselves and someone else too.
I've heard that could happen.
And then I met a little girl.
Lisa! Babushka! Babushka!
Oh, what is your name, little one?
Lisa! Lisa Kusin!
Oh, she can't breathe. The little girl can't breathe, just like my own son. Her lungs are weak. What good would a piece of candy do for one such as this? What am I to do? Oh, Holy Child, King of Kings, have mercy. Send me something to save this child's life. Basket? What's this? Whistle? A whistle! Elisa Gustava a gift of the whistle from the infant king. Elisa, listen to your babushka. I want you to blow this whistle day and night. When you wake up in the morning, blow your whistle. When you go out among the villagers, blow your whistle. Even if it drives your mother and father to distraction, you blow your whistle. Such a good girl. She's a good girl.
Elisa Gusiva's lungs grew strong, and she did not die.
From then on, I began to meet children who were sick or ill and suffering. And if I looked carefully, I could see their troubles, and the basket provided for what they needed. For one, a blanket to keep warm in winter. For another, a lozenge to cure a sore throat. For a girl with a curved spine, the basket produced a corset. And I just knew when I laced up that corset that eventually her spine would straighten. Can you believe it? Amazing. For a little boy who was going blind, the basket produced a puppy. I twirled the boy to teach the puppy to guide him, so that when he did go blind, the puppy would act as his eye. Now, personally, I would have preferred an ointment to cure his blindness, but then I learned never to question what the King of Kings gives me, only to give as freely as I have received. Oh, always. Some of them actually died, but most were healed, some right away, some over time. I did the best I could, and I let the rest go. What was it that wise man said?
We live in a dirty world.
So I told the children about the infant king who had come to set us free and to give us eternal life. And one by one, I cleaned up the messes that I find. But instead of my broom, I had my basket.
So then your life was complete.
Almost. I found that after helping all those other people, I had one more big stain to clean away, and that was at the center of my own broken heart. To the world, I was Babushka, but inside, a part of me was still that young woman, the wife who had lost her child and whose husband had abandoned her. And so, in his fathomless mercy, my king reopened my wound.
Oh, Babushka! Oh, Babushka!
What is it, my child? Now let's see here. Oh, well, you're a healthy little girl. Would you like a treat? Let's see what I have in my basket. What's this? Empty? How can that be?
Had this ever happened before?
Never. I was at a complete loss. The basket had never once failed me.
What's your name, child?
Nina?
Nina, I'm sorry. I'm such a forgetful babushka. I don't seem to have a treat to give you.
If you please come to my home, Babushka.
Home? No one had ever asked me to go to their home. I simply wandered from village to village. What was I to do? The basket had run dry, and I had to know the reason.
It's my baby brother. He's very ill. And my mother, too.
That must be it. How old's your brother, Nina?
3 days.
Well, no wonder he didn't come find me himself. Take me to him.
Little did I know where the child would lead me.
Everyone says you have helped many people.
I've done what I could.
Can you help my baby brother?
I'll do my best.
And my mother?
I had never been asked to cure an adult before. My life as a babushka had been devoted to children.
Children need their parents more than they need a babushka.
No, as much as it pains me to hear you say that, you are right, of course.
Papa,
We'll see.
Papa, I brought her. I found old Babushka.
Oh, thank you for coming to my home.
Bonnie,
It was Vonnie.
Your former husband?
Yes. He didn't recognize me. I had gotten so much older. But he hadn't changed. He only looked a few years older than when he left me. As inept as ever, but more serious somehow.
My name is Ivan, and this is my son, Peter. Something happened when he was born. He has a fever and won't nurse.
Let me see him.
It might have been my own.
It was not to be.
This baby has an infection and needs to drink fluids. Where's his mother?
My wife, Meryl. How are you, my dear?
I feel so very weak. I have such terrible dreams.
It was sepsis. The mother was near death, and the child would die soon unless something was done.
It would serve them right for taking Ivan from you.
No, they were innocent. They had no way of knowing.
Why not let them die? To punish your husband. All those years of feeling abandoned. Shouldn't he get a taste of what you suffered?
Perhaps. But for the life of a child.
Dear Babushka, can you help them?
Make up a room for me. I'm moving in.
What?
You heard me. Now go get it.
But I don't have a servant.
You do now, and I'll need a place to sleep. So go on in, make it happen.
I'll show you how, Father.
Okay.
And give me the baby back. Thank you.
Okay, then.
Now, let's see what I have in my basket for the two of you. Yvonne,
Yes.
heat up the samovar. We're having tea.
We are?
Yes, so go and get it.
I'll show you how, Father.
Whatever you say.
That's quite the husband you've got there.
He means well. He's really quite useless.
I can
Makes a
imagine.
mess of everything he touches.
I can imagine.
I don't mind, though.
You don't mind messes?
He tries his best. Besides, I love him.
Well, he is your husband, after all, and the father of your children.
There's a sadness in him I can't explain. Something from his past haunts him. He won't tell me what.
Well, let's see what old Babushka could do for the two of you and see if we can't put a smile on his face. Here, you rest and hold Peter while the tea is steeping. Now, by any chance, have you got a broom in this house?
And there it was, another new beginning. Living as a humble servant in a house that might have been my own. I waited on them hand and foot, cooking, mending, cleaning, a lot of cleaning.
The King of Kings' mercy and grace are seldom predictable.
Yes, that's true. But it wasn't really all that bad, was it? I think that they are just doing the best that they can do.
And so Peter, with the help of his friend, the cat and the little bird, captured the wolf and kept him tied to the tree until the hunters came. But inside the wolf's belly came the sound of the silly duck still quacking away. The end.
Oh, how marvelous. What a wonderful story.
Read it again, Babushka.
I feel sorry for the duck.
Papa?
What, doesn't anybody else feel sorry for the duck?
All right, story time's over. Meryl needs her rest. Ooh, and baby Peter needs a change. Yvonne?
What, again?
Mm-hmm.
Nina?
Now, Papa, I've shown you how plenty of times. You wouldn't take advantage of your own daughter now, would you?
No. But what if I prick my thumb on one of those diaper pins?
Then our dear Babushka will bandage you from head to toe so you won't bleed to death.
Well, all right. At least come with me and make sure I do it right.
Yes, Papa.
Are you feeling any stronger?
At times.
And what about the dreams?
Not so terrifying as before. It's strange. Last night I dreamt that you were a young woman and were married to my Yvonne. You lived in a small village and were very happy.
What a silly dream. Why, I'm old enough to be his grandmother.
Are you? Are you really, though? Maybe it's the fever, but sometimes I look at you and I see myself.
Well, you know, I'm old enough to be everyone's grandmother, and not every dream has to mean something.
I found it comforting, though, to think that you would care for my family if I were, when I'm going to.
Oh, well, I'd never. What a selfish idea to think that I have nothing better to do than to take care of your family for you. No, no, no. When you get better, I'll be moving on. That's my way.
Well, then I guess I shall just have to get better, won't I?
Yes. Now rest and sleep, Meryl, and don't dream at all. Or if you do dream, dream of Nina and young Peter.
And Yvonne.
Yes, and Yvonne.
Well, everyone's all tucked in and asleep.
You're getting better at this, you know.
At what?
At being a husband and a father. It takes work and commitment.
I realize that now, Nadia.
How long have you known?
Since the day Nina brought you to our door.
But I've changed so much.
May I have the grace to do the same? Nadia, please, forgive me for abandoning you, for all the hurt I must have caused.
Oh, how I long to hear those words from Bonnie's lips.
And you'd practiced over and over what you'd say if such a day ever came. A blistering litany of grievances and curses. This was your chance.
I know,
Why didn't you take it?
for the sake of a mother.
Papa, Mama's crying in her sleep again.
Go back to bed, Nina. Your father will see to her in a moment. Vani, I forgive you. Now, go to your wife. She needs you. And no matter what happens in the years to come, stay with her. Love and cherish her always. Do you swear?
Yes, Nadia. Babushka, I swear.
May the King of Kings bless you this night and forevermore. All shall be well. Now go to them, Vani.
Huh?
Go to them. They need you. Meryl needs you now.
Oh, yes, of course.
From that moment on, Meryl's condition began to improve.
And then, the ugly duckling realized he wasn't ugly anymore. In fact, he wasn't a duck at all, but a beautiful, majestic swan. The end.
We'll leave it to you to find a story where the duck wins out at the end.
Read it again, Papa.
All right, who's ready? Who wants some breakfast?
I do.
I could eat all day, just like Peter here.
Good. Yvonne, go fix your family something to eat.
Is it my turn again? Very well. How would you like your eggs, runny or burnt?
Runny, please.
But you can burn the toast if you like.
Your wish is my command.
He's actually a very good cook.
But we're supposed to keep it a secret.
Your secret's safe with me.
That's when I knew it was time for me to go. Was this another new beginning? An ending? Who can say?
You abandoned them?
No, not at all. I was no longer needed. The basket was full again, and it was time to meet more children.
To give them treats.
Yes, and to bless them in the name of the Holy Child. But now I am tired, and the basket is empty, and it's time to close the lid for once and for all.
Wait, don't leave it empty. Here, take this.
What's this? That old teething pretzel? Why, it was meant for the infant king.
It was. We sort of share it. Mother.
Mother, oh, Sasha, how I long to hear you call me that. I must thank the king for sending you to bring me home.
He wants to thank you as well.
Oh, I was only did what I was created to do.
You'd be surprised how seldom that happens in this dirty world.
Oh, I suppose. Well, that's that. Do you know, I've told you that I've loved you every day since you were born.
I know, Mother. And I loved you too, all this time.
Oh, I guess we have a lot of catching up to do.
And more than 1,000 lifetimes in which to do it.